run some errands and do some shopping, and then read at a cafe for a couple of hours. I'm currently reading All Down Darkness Wide by Sean Hewitt, and this is a memoir. I'm a couple of pages in so far, and I really like the writing style. Sean Hewitt is a poet, and you can kind of tell. All Down Darkness Wide is a perceptive and unflinching meditation on the burden of living in a world that too often sets happiness and queer life at odds, and a tender and honest portrayal of what it's like to be caught in the undertow of a loved one's deep depression. As lives are made and unmade, this memoir asks what love can endure and what it cannot. I've been sick for most of 2025 so far, and so it's been really tricky to form new habits and get back into the practice of writing and creating, and so I can keep up with this pretty well, but it's that really intense focus that you need for really sitting down and writing a poem. I'll write a fragment here and there, but I really want to sit down and write a full poem with a closure. So yeah, hopefully I can get the time to do that this week. Today's focus is kind of hanging out with myself. Hi there, welcome to the next day, the next evening. It's the end of the night. If you can hear my projector, that's my projector. And yeah, yesterday after getting back to my place, I was really tired all evening. And then I went to bed early, but I just could not sleep all night. Even though I was really tired in the evening, I was just falling asleep on the couch. I was like, okay, just go to bed. And then once in bed, of course, I simply was wide awake. So, bit of a rough night, so I was exhausted today. Anna and I got lunch together, and we did some work together, and then after work, I took a nap. And now I'm ready to go back to bed. I am still recovering, not in terms of symptoms, but just in terms of energy from being so sick for so long. So I shall honor my body and give it the rest it needs, although refused yesterday. I'm just gonna watch an episode of Ripley. I watched, I think, the first few episodes, and I think just things happened in life. It's a very slow-paced, very quiet, very beautiful show. And I've just gotten back around to continuing it, and I really like it. It's really nice to watch. It's beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna watch an episode of that. Oh yeah, and yesterday I got this candle at the boutique, which I think I didn't have any footage of because I just kept chatting to the people who run the boutique. But I got this beautiful candle, locally made. It's from Les Citadines, and it is the Archives scent. And it smells beautiful. It is I think cypress, black pepper, sandalwood, jasmine. Stunning. And I lit it with these matches that I got. This is just the cutest little matchbox. I mean, it's a big matchbox. This is the cutest big matchbox. They had a bunch of these with similar designs. I couldn't get over this one. It just brought me so much joy. It says, "Wolves don't devour each other." And we've got these kind of lawyer wolves. I'm sure this is a reference to something that maybe I know and forgot. Maybe I don't know it. But, yeah, so that just made me very happy. I love my new little things. I got them at the boutique is called Ben et Tournesol. I had a gift card to there, and that's why I was in the neighborhood. I might go back sometime. They were really, really lovely. And yeah, so I've got that candle going. And I'm just gonna watch my show for a bit and take it easy. Yeah.
Bella.
Grazie.
Americano.
Sì.
I was speaking English then, so there's no.
Okay, hi from the next day. It's 1 p.m. I'm just tidying up my kitchen, and apparently it's 14 degrees outside. I'm gonna crack open my window. Don't mind the trash, I'm about to take it out. The first open window of the year. Now, very important to note, this is Montreal. It is going to snow again. We will have an ice storm again. We will likely have a snowstorm again. We are not safe until the month of May. This is pretty nice though. I'm pretty happy with this. So, yeah, the spring cleaning bug hasn't bit yet. But I suspect in April I'll do a lot of spring cleaning. I've got a lot of stuff to move around. The bags under my eyes are wild today. I did not sleep well again last night, but we persist. That was fun. Very busy out on Wellington today. It's often busy there, but especially when there's a sort of street festival going on. In the summer, Wellington and a few other streets in Montreal are blocked off for pedestrians only, and there's just like stuff happening all summer. But it was fun to go out and see one like in cooler weather. I got tacos from Escondite. It was like pulled pork and like not a caramelized onion, but like a marinated onion, I think, and like salsa verde, and there was some maple component in there. From Bossa, that does incredible sandwiches. I got a variation on their ricotta cookie, which is already like my favorite cookie that I don't make, and they did it with maple, and it was so good. Oh my god, I'm pretty happy with that. And then I went to the bookstore and I chatted with the booksellers there who I know, and I got a couple of things. one thing that I knew I was going there for were these book plates. So these are like Ex Libris book plates, and they're from someone in Montreal, like they're made in Montreal. I saw this on their Instagram and immediately I was like, well, hold on to some for me, I'm coming. They all have different kind of names. Yeah, this is like a Dr. Faustus type thing. It's got like a cabinet of curiosities. So yeah, you see, like you could paste it, like you could cut it here and then paste it into a book as is. Or like you cut along these lines and cut this shape out. You put that on top. Okay, let me show you what else I got. Blob, A Love Story by Maggie Sue. This looks awesome. A humorous and deeply moving debut novel in the vein of Bunny and Convenience Store Woman about a young woman who tries to shape a sentient blob into her perfect boyfriend. And I mean, isn't that just how it goes? And I needed a birthday card, so I got one of those. And then this little thing of their merch, it's a zine, celebrating 100 years of pulp, but they have not been around for 100 years. They just celebrated their first year. Imagining as though pulp has been around for 100 years. So this is like their 1924 bookmark, which I love. I want this bookmark. And then there's like, I like the 1979 one, Verdun's best selection of books on women's issues in English. And then we kind of have this, which corresponds to their actual current bookmark. Alright, it's craft time. There's my book plate. And then, so I want to like glue these two pieces together. We're going to line up the different pieces. Yes, like so. And then I'm going to put the glue on this piece. Yeah. Here, let's spray onto my finger. That looks lined up. Okay, yeah, so it's like that, and then you turn it up and, oh, there's swords coming out. That's kind of fun. What book do I want that in? I'm not going to put it in yet, because this is wet. Maybe I'll put it in Normal People. I don't know if that's any more the vibe than Blob, but it's a hardcover at least. I also always get super nervous when writing my name on a book plate. I feel like my name is 3 letters, and yet I struggle. Daphne and Shruti were telling me that there was a YouTube tutorial, and I feel like I maybe should have watched that first. But hey, this looks good. I feel like we've got it. Yeah, it's not wet on the other side, but I'm gonna put like this plastic down behind it, just in case. I feel like I should have written my name first, actually, but oh well. I'm gonna make dinner. And then I saw that Wicked is streaming, and I think I'm gonna watch Wicked while continuing to organize my computer. I set up Scrivener again. I hadn't used it in a while, but I still have like the subscription. It's like one of the only things left that you have to pay once. So I still had that, so I set that back up and kind of customized the look of it to make it work for me. And yeah, I've got a couple of poems that I could work on, or I could start something new. Alright, I'm back. It's been a couple of hours. I made dinner, I ate dinner, and we have a book plate that's all dried. It is bending the page a little bit. I think I just used too much water. I need to write my name on it though, that's the whole point of this. Okay, beautiful. And yeah. Ta-da! So cute. I will put on a movie, do some typing on my computer. Yeah, there is one thing that I'm going to do. I meant to do it this morning, and then when I went to the bookstore, I remembered, because this is something that basically every bookstore in town is talking about. To my knowledge, every independent bookstore in Canada is talking about. Canada is going to be launching counter tariffs in response to the US tariffs on Canadian goods. And what that means is, unfortunately, bookstores will be massively impacted. So many books in Canadian bookstores are distributed and printed in the US, even if they're Canadian authors, and sometimes even if they're Canadian presses, they might be distributed from the US. So that means that either bookstores will profit less from books if they want to try to keep prices the same, or they raise the price, which, would make sense. But, that's paying a lot for books. Books in Canada are already pretty expensive. And if the price goes much higher on books, then a lot of people will either not buy them or buy them from places like Amazon. Bookstores are like the center of communities and bring people together and still introduce people to local art and authors, and they can't do that without selling books that are produced in the US and being able to profit off of them. So yeah, there's a lot of nuance to the buy local concept. You'll be buying local and supporting a local business, but they need to still be able to profit off of what they're selling in order to stay afloat. So what I'm going to do tonight, and what I think everybody in Canada should be doing, is writing in a complaint to the Canadian government and telling them that tariffs on these specific goods will negatively impact small businesses. There's a complaint form for the tariffs for specific goods. You can break down like what goods shouldn't be tariffed. And if those goods do have tariffs on them, it will lead to independent businesses struggling to stay afloat, and will probably redirect money to these massive conglomerates, many of them American, that we are in fact trying to punish by doing these retaliatory tariffs. And yeah, if you're based in Canada, do look into that and chat with your local bookstore or other stores that might be affected. And also, why can't they just print books in Canada? That's just not how the industry is structured, and so it would take a massive restructuring of the Canadian publishing and printing industries in order to make that possible. But yeah, unless we're going to do that, it does seem easier to not put tariffs on those specific goods. Yeah, a lot of bookstores have templates or have linked to other people who have templates, so just check out their social media. They've likely posted about it, and they can provide the instructions on what message they are trying to get across. So yeah, I really love the independent bookstore culture in Montreal. We've got a lot of them, actually, English and French. Really, really high quality bookstores. They're fantastic cores of the community. I've met so many great people at bookstores, either on staff or just around or at an event. So yeah, let's not let bookstores die. Okay, I'm gonna go watch Wicked.
It's a tough fit when you can slough it off, 'cause I do. Nothing matters, but knowing nothing matters.